Welcome out to another remastered edition. This one here, we're focusing on a 1980 Tyco's Golden Eagle train set that I scored from Goodwill. I don't buy from Goodwill anymore because they pack everything so poorly. They just take it all and scoop it into a bag, tie it in a knot, throw it in a box, and ship it out to you. I focused on that in several videos early on in my career. Remastered Series, what's this all about? When I first hung up my shingle back in December of 2021, I was busy making videos and I got a hold of myself some copyrighted music that I didn't know. Then there's a copyright strike on them. At the time I had to mute the music, and if you ever stumbled upon these videos and you wondered why when the train's running around there's just no noise at all, it's because that's what I had to do in order to get it monetized. There's about 6 or 7 videos that are being remastered. This one here would be the 4th installation. This one originally came out January 19th of 2022. You haven't been able to find it for about a year now. I made the videos private, so that way, I wouldn't be embarrassed. But I tightened it up a little bit. We got some new music in it. First thing you'll notice is that I'm a little hairy back in the day. Yep, that was what I looked like. So I'm, a little more fancier now. This is what I'm still trying to, this is the 5th video that I'd ever made for this channel. And I'm still trying to kind of find my way. We did a little unboxing video on it. We noticed we don't do that too much anymore because it's kind of slow. I don't run the trains with rock music to them anymore, but this is what we did back then. So I want to kind of keep it the way that it was without changing it up too much. This is our Thursday edition of a remastered video. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Classic Model Trains. I'm Ron. I've been collecting model trains now for about 6 months from all the manufacturers that were around from the 50s until the 90s. I have about 50 sets now. I built all these sets by making reference to the catalog section that's available in a website called hoseeker.net. This site is sort of like a Wikipedia for model train collectors in HO and N scale. People out there that have printed material, be it old catalogs, instruction manuals, building instructions, parts, breakdowns, repair manuals, of anything related to HO and N scale model trains. A lot of them have donated these images to this website called hoseeker.net. They scan the images in, email them to the gentleman up there, and he puts them out on the website so that everybody around the world can view these and look at them and have this as a reference material for them. It's just a great idea. If you have any catalogs or reference material in your collection and are willing to share them with everybody, please contact hoseeker.org and find out, what's involved in getting those things emailed up to them. This isn't a commercial. I'm not being paid for this. It's a great reference that's out there to be able to look up this stuff, look up old catalogs from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and see what was offered and match up your trains and figure out what they are and what sets they came in. And this guy's just doing it for free. And he's doing it off the help of everybody out there that's sent these images into him. So I just want to help spread the word. Today I'm going to be focusing on Tyco's 1980 Golden Eagle train set, model number 7328. Some have said this set marks the end of the fantasy road lines from Tyco. There are the imaginary creations, such as the A-Team and Rambo sets, but the fantasy road empire ends with this beautiful golden blue Alco Super 630 Golden Eagle locomotive and matching caboose set. This set is a bit of an endangered species because it was only available in the 1980 Tyco catalog. This locomotive and the Silver Streak locomotive both were never offered without any handrails coming directly from the factory. So if you have either one of these two locomotives with handrails, they've been installed as an aftermarket item. I purchased this set from a Goodwill auction in January of 2022 for $51. So let's get started in the unboxing and the refurbishing of this great piece of childhood memory. Here, broken ladder, missing the wheels. This one's missing a truck on it. One gondola comes out. It's actually got all of its couplers and wheels. This thing looks to be in really nice shape. This ends up being the Golden Eagle Tyco set. The picture, of course, I wasn't able to tell on the auction site if it was really clean or if it was buggered up, but this thing is quite quite shiny. Fantastic on that one. Hopefully the caboose is in good shape. Do we have couplers? No, well, no rear coupler. Caboose looks to be in good shape. It's got all its couplers, missing an end railing on it. Conrail offset quad hopper. It looks to be in really, really good shape. All the, oh, missing one step right there. Pulpwood car, pretty decent shape. This is broken off. This is kind of interesting. It's a wind up. Perhaps when the, have to do some work on that. Looks like this guy sits on top of it one way or another. I started off disassembling the Alco 630 powered torque truck so I could clean out the old grease in the gears and relube it. Also makes for a good time to check the condition of the drive unit. Sure enough, once the gears were removed, there was a lot of old grease to clean up. Some time with some mineral spirits and Q-tips got this into shape. I figured let's take a look at the rotor, commutator, and brushes to see if they need any service. The brushes looked very good. Not many hours on this unit. The commutator had some grime on it, but was easily cleaned up with some mineral spirits. Reassembled the motor and fought just a bit to get the brushes and brush springs back in, but I eventually succeeded. Cleaned off the tarnish on the brass wheels and got them all shiny. The traction tires were dried up and cracked. I removed the old ones, spent some time cleaning up the wheel flanges, and rolled some new traction tires on. Oiled up the rotor bearing surfaces, gear train and stub axles, and the truck axles, and reassembled the power truck assembly. Give them a little test spin here. Yep, looks good. Cleaned up the rear truck assembly also, disassembled and cleaned tarnish off the brass wheels, and relubed the axle wear points. Now that it's all reassembled, let's test it out on the layout. One of the things I always like to do is put them on the track without the body to give it the initial test run, because I don't want to mess around putting the body on if I got to pull it back off. So it gives you one of these kind of things as it's smoking around. This one is running great. You know, it'll run even better once it's in the shell and it's got some weight on it and stuff like that. Yeah, they look kind of funny, but I'm pulling about 7.5 volts right now in about a quarter of an amp. So let's get the body all whipped into shape. Once I got these things all disassembled, I like to give the body a clean. This one's really not in bad shape at all. I just get it wet a little bit. There's no electronics in it whatsoever. Use my little homemade soap here and just gently give the thing a cleaning. Get any scub that could be on there. Who knows what could potentially be on them. Sometimes you got to be careful around some of the decals. I've had some older locomotives, the Mantua ones, where the some of the road names have actually come off when I was scrubbing on them. So but the ones from the 70s and on up, I've never had any of that kind of problem before. So just give this thing a real nice cleaning all around. And since we're at it, I want to clean up the caboose too, because these little buggers are supposed to be super shiny, and I want them to be as shiny as they can be. When I'm working on the trucks, on these sets that I get, since a lot of them have been sitting around a long time, they don't roll very well. This part of my track right here is actually a 2% grade that's going downhill. And you notice that the car, it won't roll on its own. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll oil these trucks up. So when I oil these axles, you just come in with your Labelle 108 that's got this long wand on it. If you push the truck up just a little bit and you catch it right in this little area right here. Little drop there, little drop there. And then just with putting a little oil on them, that helps them out. This little thing's pretty neat. After I got done doing some work to it, figured out how it worked. It's powered off the track. The transformer provides 12 volt to the lights over here. As the weight of the car comes up, then it does this little thing right here for the crossing. And then as soon as the car leaves, it stops. It's got a weight sensitive part right here. One of the grain of wheat bulbs is burned out in this crossing signal right here. So I only got one. And the thing is wind up. You can see the mechanism right here. That's pretty neat. Toys that didn't need batteries back in the day, just needed a power pack, huh? This set initially didn't have any pipe with it, so I went and got some 1-inch copper pipe, cut it to 1/2 inch wide, gave it some concrete spray paint, and now here we are, able to try this crane loader out. Uh-oh. Oh, that didn't work. Try it again. Yep. I tried that little crane out for, I bet you, 5 minutes, and I never did successfully get it to load all 4 of them pipes up at one time. So, well, let's get to running this train around the track and let you see what the Golden Eagle Tyco set looks like. Little rough. I noticed that I didn't even really show how to work what I did to the thing. It's more like I was telling a story than actually showing anybody anything. How times has changed. I was just a kid back then. Recently, the channel just got 2 million views. And it's like, well, that's pretty cool. So then I wanted to see if I could, hey, how many views did the last episode of MASH get? 105.9 million views in one episode. So I've got a little way to go. Yeah, but that was on for 7-8 seasons, I think. Want to thank all the 33%ers that are out there. We get a lot of good comments about the Remastered Series. I've only got about 4 more videos to knock out. I'll do about 10 total in it. I want to thank all the channel members out there for your support. Thanks everybody so much for hanging out and watching this with me. Bye-bye.